guys, welcome back to the video class. So on this video we are going to continue and work on the middle section here. So I forgot last time, and this is why sometimes I like adding my paper at the end. I needed to attach the middle section here that's gonna go on top on the bottom base, and we already went ahead and added this paper here, so I'm gonna have to just kind of glue on top of our design paper, which I guess is not the worst thing that could happen. Yeah, because I was thinking on taking these off altogether, but it really doesn't matter, so we're just gonna cut or glue on top, and then we can cover that up with more paper. So I just wanted to mention that. But okay, so let's go ahead and put this to the side, and we are going to cut one piece at, we're gonna do 7 3/4 by 10, and we are going to score along the 10 inches at 3/4 and at 1.5. Okay, so 3/4. Oh, no. 3/4 and 1.25. Okay, so we're gonna score at 3/4 and at 1.25. Sorry. Okay, so then we're just gonna fold along the two score lines here. Okay, so let's do that and that. Okay, and then this is going to be, this 3/4 inch is gonna be what is gonna be glued on the bottom, and the 1/2 inch will be kind of like a gusset for those two, and then we're gonna continue building here on top. So we're going to cut two pieces, and these are going to be 8 3/4, and we're gonna do this by 4.25, and we are going to score these two pieces at 3. So we're gonna do 3 7/8. Okay, so I know it's a specific measurement, but it's right before the 4 inches here. So 3 7/8, and same thing here, 3 7/8, and then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so just gonna fold, and we are going to glue these pieces one on each side. So before you glue it, just go ahead and hold them and make sure that the pieces are touching. So it's basically gonna be a gatefold, and you want to make sure that it is exact, so that's why we had the exact measurement, so it should fit perfectly. And now we're just gonna add the glue. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue on this side. Just glue this down. Okay, and then press down, and then we're going to do the other side here. So we're gonna have our gatefold page right here, and press down. Okay, so press down, and that's gonna open up like that, and then press and press. Now I'm going to cut 4 pieces, and these are going to be 3. So let's do it. I guess we can do it like this. So maybe let's do it like this. So we're gonna cut 4 pieces at 3 by 4.5. Okay, so 3 by 4.5, and same thing here, 3 by 4.5. There we go. And then we are going to score along the 4.5. We're gonna score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch, that. Same thing here and here. And then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so fold and then the last one here. Okay, and we're gonna bring back our page, open this up, and we're going to be adding these little flap pieces right at the center. Okay, so I apologize because my camera stopped recording. So what I did is I glue these 4 pieces, one along the top and one along on the bottom here, and then same thing on the other opening. So we put one on the center on the top and one on the bottom. So those are gonna be the 4 little pieces that we cut, and now we're just gonna work on the center. So for the center, I'm going to cut one piece at 6 3/4 by 6 1/4, and then we're gonna cut another one here. This one is going to be 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and so we're gonna score the piece that measures 6 3/4 by 6 1/4. We're gonna score this one at 1/2 inch and at 3 3/4, okay, along the 6 3/4. And the one that is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, we are not going to score that piece. So then we're just going to fold along the score lines. So we're gonna fold and fold here, and I'm going to glue this piece on top. So you want the score line to be along the top, and we're gonna add glue below the score line, this other score line here, and just kind of place that right on top, and we're just gonna create an easel opening here. So I'm gonna add my glue. Okay, so just go like that all around, and then we're going to place this piece right on top. Okay, so just line it up to the other one and press down. Then I'm gonna put this to the side, and we're gonna cut one more piece. This one is going to be 8 1/2 by 6 1/2. Okay, and so we're going to score along the 6 1/2. We're going to score at 1/2 inch, and along the 8 1/2, we're going to score at 1/2 and at 8. And then we're going to cut the corners right there, and then fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're just gonna fold and fold. And now we're gonna bring back our page and open this up. And first we're gonna add this large pocket. We're gonna place these along the bottom, and you're gonna center that, and we're just gonna add the glue on these 1/2 inch sections. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue here, and then again up here, and there you go. And then we're going to line these up, and then just press down, and press down. Okay, so that's gonna be a large pocket here, and then along the top we are going to put the easel section here. So you want to place these at the center of the top. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue and just put that right there. Okay, and press down, and there you go. And then so once you open these up, you are going to have your easel card here on the center, and then you're gonna have this opening side. So I'm thinking on adding just one of these pieces here, and I'm also going to round the corner for these. So we're just gonna quickly round and round, and then we're gonna place the 6x6 on that easel opening. Okay, so let's add the glue, and we're gonna place this right here. Okay, and then for these pieces we can go ahead and add magnets to keep them nice and close, but also you can just leave them like that since these are gonna be on the inside here. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna add magnets yet. I'll wait and see, but we do want to use the 4x3 cut apart, so I'm gonna get my 4x3 page here, and I'm so sorry about my cat, she's so annoying right now. Okay, so we're gonna cut these 4x3s, but we're actually gonna cut these pieces at 3 3/4. So we're gonna do 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna take some off the bottom. Okay, and then this will be by 2 3/4. So first I'm just gonna cut the 3" here. Okay, and then I'm gonna adjust each one to be 2 3/4. Okay, so here 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and then this one I'm going to center. So I'm gonna take some on each. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back, and we are going to add these pieces here. Okay, so one on each layout. So maybe I think I'll do it like this and like that. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and glue these down. Okay, so we're just gonna put that. Okay, so this one, that's gonna go right here, and then the last piece, we're gonna place this one over here. Okay, just kind of center that. Okay, so now for the pocket, I think I'm going to use, let's see, maybe we can use something also from the 6x6 and just do a little collage. So maybe we can use another beautiful image right here, and then we can add 2 other pieces. And so this measures 6 inches, so we do need to trim this down to 5 3/4. Okay, and we're gonna do this by 6, but again you need probably about 3/4 inches on each side. So I'm gonna use that flower, the flower one. Okay, and then we're just gonna cut 2 pieces here. So I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna try to do 3/4 inches. It's hard to do on this cutter, but there we go. So 1, and this one here. Okay, and then these are gonna be by 5 3/4. So I'm gonna cut that, and here. Okay, and then we're just gonna add these 2 on the sides, and then we're gonna put this here, and this one right there. Okay, so first I'm gonna put the ones on the sides. Okay, so we're gonna put that. And just gonna do this here, and then we're just gonna put that image on the center. Now if you want to save this place for a picture, you can also just put some solids cardstock, or you can use the back and just kind of have something more neutral. But I love the design, so I'm just going to use that. There we go. And then press down. Okay, and look at that. I love how this looks. So pretty. So for the inside here, I'll just do coordinating cards. So now for the center here, I'm going to be using a 6x6 piece as a closure. So we're gonna cut one piece of cardstock at 6 1/4. So we're gonna do 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and we're going to place this right here at the center, but we're not gonna glue it. We are going to actually be adding magnets on this piece. So let me grab I just cleaned my desk, so everything is where it's supposed to be, which means I can't find anything. Okay, so we're going to place the magnets here. So I'm actually gonna center these right there, and I'm going to pencil mark the top and the bottom. Okay, so I know where to place my magnets, so make sure I don't cross the line here. And so let's grab some tape, and we're going to secure the magnets here. Okay, so we have 2 along the top, and then we're going to put 2 along the bottom. And again, I have my pencil mark helping me see where to end. Okay, so line is here, so I'm just going about 1/2 inch on top, and then same thing for that. Okay, so now we're gonna put our 6x6 back in place, and so we're gonna add the magnets here. Okay, and secure with the tape. Okay. So that and that. There we go. And then we're just going to press down on the tape, and now we have our magnets in place. So we're gonna be able to take this out, and then that is gonna magnetize back in place. So I think 4 magnets should be good, but if yours is opening, always add more magnets. Okay, so we are going to be, I'm gonna round the corner on the 6x6 piece here. Okay, and then we're just gonna put that on top. I think I'm gonna do the corners for this one too. Okay, since it's a main piece, you wanna give it more detail. And now we're just going to remove the tape. Remove and remove. And then we're going to glue this piece place this here. Okay, so press down, and then for this side I'm gonna use this page here with the collage. I mean, we could use either side, but these are gonna be 8.5 by, I'm gonna do 3.5. Okay, so maybe 1 after 3.5. Okay, so what will that be? So I'm going 1/8 of an inch after 3.5. That will be 3 5/8. Okay, I think that should be, yeah, so 3 5/8, or you can do 3.5 also, that will work too. Okay, so that is gonna go right here, and I'm just going to again just do the round for the corners right here. There we go. And then the same, this and this. Okay, and then we're just going to glue the pieces down. Okay, oh, should I use this? Yeah, no, I like the back. Okay, so just gonna glue this one here. Okay, and then let's just finish this other side. So I'm gonna add the glue. And there we go. Okay, so now we're just going to press this down. And there we go. And we're gonna put this right at the center. So that is gonna be this middle section. And so let's bring the book back here and see. So there you go. So these are gonna be falling for now because we don't have anything holding them back, so that's okay, because now we're gonna add this other section. Let me move this out, and we're gonna glue the 3/4 inch section and down, so on top of this paper. And so we're just gonna have to cover that up later, but for now we're just gonna add a lot of glue and connect this piece. Okay, so that's gonna go right here. So press down, and then I'm gonna open that up and press down here, and then again we're gonna cover these up later on when I'm done adding all my paper. So now this is gonna close, and then this is also gonna hold all of those little photo mats from falling. How cute is this? Okay, so that's gonna go there, and then this is gonna go right here on top. So that is gonna be our middle section going on top of this back right here. And next we're gonna be working on some floating pages.